Thank you, Ian. That's a very big question. If our hard stop is 8 o'clock, then people are going to start missing their dinner. But very, very interesting question here. In fact, just last week we had our 6-monthly Chief Technology Officer meeting. And the 2 days we spent, I think 15 of the largest companies, their Chief Technology Officers, all in a room on one day, and the next day we all visited a couple of big companies' R&D labs. And it's fascinating because, yes, we do cover a large number of sectors of the economy, both in India and abroad. And yet, when you look at what we need to do or what should be the agenda for us going forward, we're just at the beginning. Let me give you some context and step back. Maybe it's a provocative statement, but there is almost no business in India which uses technology as its competitive advantage. Almost none. Amongst the top 200, 300 companies, if you ask a company which technology or IP is responsible for your profits, they won't be able to answer that question. So India and Tata as part of it has a long way to go to leverage technology and IP, which is what has right from the beginning made me very excited about our interaction with Israel, because in some way Israel is the opposite. Everything here is about businesses that derive from technology and innovation. And I think there's a lot we can learn. But a good opportunity for me to segue into telling people who the real architects of our investment, and there are 4 of them. If it was 3, it would be a trinity, right? The trinity that started out on it was my friend Gary, as the person who kept knocking heads together, and Yossi, who very kindly hosted me the first time I came to Israel, and Giora said, "You're here for 2.5 days. You have to spend half a day in Tel Aviv University. How can you not?" And Yossi very kindly got some of his best scientists to meet with me. Almost made me miss my flight because of Giora's request, but it was great. And it's that people-to-people connect which I value. And then of course Giora brought in Shlomo, and that was so. My thanks to all 4 of you, and especially to my friend Giora for the passion and the commitment which they followed up, and flew down at a week's notice to Bombay House to present to the board of Tata Industries and Cyrus Mistry what an opportunity was, and the sort of level of tailoring to make it interesting for us, and to connect the first part of what I said about our need to do much more on technology and our investment in the Momentum Fund, is that the way these 4 architected the visit was to showcase technologies that would potentially be relevant to a range of Tata companies. And if you ask me, more than the financial return we expect from the fund, that's what sold the board about it, because we brought down 10 chief technology officers. Between Yossi and Shlomo, they exposed us to some like 70 areas of work that Tel Aviv University was doing. And our CTOs were so impressed, they went back and said, a relationship like this would be great for just seeing the kind of technology that may be useful. And that's why I said it's the start of our journey, both for the group companies with Israel and the group companies in general. I think the realization in the Tata Group, and I'll say this in that sense, our chairman Cyrus Mistry is a worthy successor of Ratan Tata, because both are passionate about technology, and both realize that we need to move towards that being more and more of a competitive advantage. In terms of specifics, because of the range we spread across, everything from IT and communications to energy storage to food or hybrid seeds, crop protection, all of that, and that's where we it makes sense for us to engage with universities, because if you look at a university, typically their range of interests is also as diverse. And that's the sort of synergy that we see between both the countries and between Tata's and Tel Aviv University. Thank you.